Come on, wake up today. You've been training.
You get like this every time it rains.
You're like an old athletic dog. The weather goes, you go. All right, what's the scope? Last 7 days. Learning limited. What does that even mean?
No, we had a lot in there. I lowered it though because it was too high.
Boarding day in the light, $12 lead. Huh? What's that about?
What?
More than just boarding.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. Aren't you seeing something there that you would do?
What day? You on 7 days? Boarding more than just boarding.
How do you feel about that? Tell me your professional opinion.
No, we were. I lowered it because it was too high.
So do you want to discontinue it?
Yeah, I could just replace it.
And what is it for the last 30?
It was worse. Yes. Either replace it, or I can just put up a new ad and take that one down.
I know we did well with our training static ad. Have we ever done well with a static boarding ad yet?
In the beginning, it does well, and then I find that it doesn't last as long as the video ads. So I kind of just want to swap it out.
How do you feel about that, man?
Swap out the static and replace it with the video ad.
Any conversions you have on that? I have no idea. Right? What's the ad called?
Boarding static, image. Sorry, it's reloading.
Beyond the basics.
Yeah, beyond the basics.
I'm getting jacked.
That one ain't doing great. Any of these people spend money? Nay. At least I'm not saying everyone's names out loud.
Not off the top of my head.
These are pretty recent.
When did this ad go up? It never shows like the 22nd maybe?
I have to go in. 22nd. Would you say 22nd?
22nd.
Yeah. That's correct.
Alright, one gave us a stop. One we called. Looks like nothing happened. One said they called us and we're not answering the phone. And then we called them back pretty fast. We got one decent opportunity here. And then another apologies for not calling them back. So, spent that ad you're talking about. You spent $100. You got 4 leads and 2 of them were really good leads. I understand like that's a high CPL. But for boarding being such a high profit thing, 2 high quality leads for that price, pretty damn good.
I just don't know if it'll continue.
How long has it been running? Has it only been a week?
22nd.
And when you go to the full range, is it the same low CPL?
It's around the same, 22.
I hate to give a blanket answer of like, it's a high CPL, cut it, because there's a point of like, I notice when I run certain types of ads, I get certain types of CPLs, but I get different types of customers. Right? Like for the gym, when I run static ads, I get terrible customers. They're all terrible. When I run videos, I get decent customers. They go, oh, I saw your video, you seem like a cool guy, I want to be with you in your gym. Not with me, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
When they see my ads, I just get like, dumb. I know that doesn't really help you. That's a pretty high CPL. How much money is behind it? Why don't we have a different conversation, like what are we going to do with our overall budget?
Well, we got to see how many people we're closing, right? We don't know what to do with our budget unless we know if these people are spending money. If they're spending a ton of money, then we're going to keep it going. If everything's a cold, there's an end to the street, then there's no point in continuing. We're saying we're not really going to do any of our estimations on our cost per lead.
No, I'm not saying not going to do that. I looked at 4 leads and 2 of them are great. Like they're interested. Doesn't get much better than that. 50% of your leads are interested. That's great. Now it's a small size. How is the ad itself?
It looks nice.
I think you should leave it up unless we're going to lower overall budget.
Okay.
We can figure out not our spend, the client's spend.
Problem with boarding is like so hard. You're not going to know forever. Like we're talking about leads from days ago.
But if we have like a 30-day average, we're never making an adjustment. It's always a 30-day adjustment. And then we always do, like we have to come up with a standard. There has to be some sort of standard, unless we're doing work we're a month behind, which we could do that as well. And you kind of don't know what our current standard is until it's a month behind. So do we go last 30 days, always, when we're doing our conversion? What's going to be the smartest way to do it is kind of what I'm saying. Because I know what you're saying, like they're calling about boarding, the boarding's probably in August, they may have put a $25 deposit down, but also they might be like, all right, I'm going to get back to you. They're definitely going to use us, I'm pretty confident,
Right.
but it's just like 6 weeks in advance. So what's going to be the move?
30 days doesn't even help with that.
You don't think so?
Well, like you said, if they're things 6 weeks away.
I know, but there's always going to be that. So I'm saying if we come up with an average, a 30-day average, that's pretty standard for us.
Cost per lead or conversion?
Conversion. I don't really know what makes sense. Hard because
It's very hard.
And then if we wind up going backwards too far where we can get our real numbers, whether it's 3 months ago, it's so different from what we're doing now.
Right.
Because now it's all about boarding. 3 months ago it wasn't.
That's kind of why I was saying like cost per click is a good number to look at.
Just to see if people are interested in it. Because that's the best thing we can do is make people interested. I'm okay with that.
Cost per clicks are around $1 or less are pretty good. This one is slightly above $1. It's $1.17.
$1 for every 1,000. Oh, click is different from impression.
Yeah, this got 4,200 impressions.
And what would be the cost per impression?
94 clicks.
94.
So you show 4,000 people, 100 of them click it.
So is that more of the math we need to start playing with?
I think so.
Yeah?
Let me take that back. I don't think that you pick one metric. I think you kind of give a very nuanced review of everything.
When do we find out the money? Got to find out the money at some point. Like, when do we do the review for money? Is it per quarter?
Yeah, I've always kind of said this, that I don't think you really worry about the money in the short term. Kind of just have a vibe of like, this is what a lead is worth to our company. Or like, think about it like if you were a really big company. Pick a company that makes one product online.
Online?
All right, so you're like Dr. Squatch, like the soap people, right? I know they got a bunch of products, but like they probably have a good idea of like how much a lead to their website.
Sure, yeah, of course.
Right, so like someone clicks a Dr. Squatch ad from a YouTube video, goes to drsquatch.com. They probably have a good idea of like 1 out of every 100 buys, and on average they buy $20 worth of stuff. I don't think that they're constantly, I mean I could be wrong, I've never had a job.
True.
But I would assume they kind of have an idea for like, for every 1,000 people that go to our website, we make $100 in revenue. And then they're always kind of looking at the ads of like, all right, this for $10,000, I got 500 people to our website that should be worth about this much.
But to do it that quote unquote blind, you have to have some sort of standard. Like they have to know that information. They have to know how much they're spending. They have to.
Correct.
We don't have that.
We kind of do.
Do we?
No.
You think like we really do, we have a few months worth of information.
Yeah, but we're growing so.
And the seasonality is different. Like what a cost per lead in the summer means to us is going to be different in September, October. Because the lead in September, October is either training or daycare. Where right now most of the leads coming in are looking for boarding. So I think we need more information to do it so blindly. I think blindly, like not, and I'm not saying blindly, right? We're still tracking something, but you
Yeah.
have the confidence.
No, we
that,
track a lot.
You have they have the confidence that like we're okay spending this money because we know what it means to us. Like right now we're spending the money and we're seeing the leads come in, and there are leads that we know like, oh, these are pretty good priced leads from our experience thus far, but we got to consider the budget.
Why?
You got to consider the budget because
I think the budget matches the period we're in right now. Because you're not overbooked. And I'm also not getting complaints that the leads are bad. Where we were getting that. You guys hear those complaints? Are you eating a brownie?
oh, brownie at 10 o'clock is nuts.
No, I'm not eating it now.
So you opened it and you put it on your desk and you have a fork there, and but you're not eating it now. You're gonna just stare at
You
it.
have chocolate on your lips.
Yeah, like I'm not getting the vibe that our leads are poor. And whenever I look, it's more often than not that we are slow to deal with them than they're bad. Sure, there's a lot of like stops right away, but that's part of Facebook ads. I think the lead quality is decent, and I think that we're very much underbooked for the summer. Unless you're worried that like we're gonna run out of money.
Yeah, I'm not worried about pulling back. I just want to make sure we're putting the money in the right places. Like I know it's hard to
Like
attribute-
Google versus Meta?
Correct.
Or like video versus static?
Like the higher thing is like Google versus Meta, right?
Yeah.
And then from there, like, okay, if Meta's the move, now let's dig into
What's the
Meta.
vibe with the CPL for the videos versus the images right now?
No, we only have one image, and it's hot.
Yeah, only one for boarding. We have one
But
for
it was
training.
the best, so how is it high now?
Nah, the best
It
was
was
our
the best.
our training static was the
Yeah.
best.
No, for boarding, the static, no?
No.
No, the training static we went off.
And how much are we spending on the static versus the video for boarding?
We dumbed it down to $5.
Okay, fine. So I think that's a fine decision.
But right now we have boarding more than just boarding was at $6 and change a lead.
And it's video or it's static?
Only just boarding is a video.
Okay, that's gangster.
We just tripled the budget on that because it was at $5. We just put it to 20. I still think we should just try to see if we can get some from numbers off of this
Yeah, without a
stuff.
doubt.
We can't really treat it as Bible, but we'll look at it. And then, all right, so that's the conversation with Meta right now, right? We don't have to get any deeper at the moment. Where are we at with Google?
Google's always harder, I find, to evaluate because you're not like just getting lead forms.
What is our LSM?
So we got between calls and leads, we got 30.
Based off ad? This is ads, not.
Yeah. Off of ads, we got 30 in the last 30 days, but I don't think it's been running that full time.
Right.
So $27 lead, but those are like
In theory, more high intent buyers.
correct. They're like direct to website, fill out a form, or they're calls. Like they're straight calling us. Problem with the calls is really hard to track, hard to tie that to a sale. I don't think we should touch this. I think that's $27 for Google Leads is really, really good. We also have a second, sorry to interrupt you, we have a second thing called demand gen, which you're not going to see like high conversions, but it just impressed. We got 150,000 impressions for $300.
Where are they seeing these things?
Everywhere.
Is it like YouTube and shit?
Yeah, YouTube, search, anything, any Google product. You're seeing us if you are.
So that
you have to
seems
be
like,
local.
That seems like that creative matters though.
There's not a lot of choice there though. You can't just make videos. You need like a YouTube channel to do that.
What about like crisp, nice images, high-end images? Because I see sometimes we got some good images.
We can improve that for sure. This has only been testing. This is pretty new, but the images we have some decent images. They're all like they're not doctored up. They're literally just images. They have no overlays. I don't know if that's the move. That's a lot of impressions. It's a lot of clicks.
And then
3,000 clicks for $300.
Yeah, I don't know enough about it. So, but getting crisp, good images. And
9 cents cost per click.
And that brings us. Where does that bring up? What kind of landing page is that?
See a 9-cent cost per click. And sure, like the conversions are probably not there, but we're just trying to get awareness. This is all kind of a learning thing, right? I think part of this, from what I was reading, was the point of this is to generate demand so that we can run a performance max campaign. So we're running ads, trying to get high intent people. Those are getting us $27 conversion. Conversion being like they call us or they submit a lead. And those leads are usually like, I'm actually interested. So high intent buyers for under $30. And then I'm running demand gen, getting extremely low cost per clicks for not a lot of money. And that's helping Google like learns about what people like us are interested in us. Then we can maximize, run a performance max campaign.
Gotcha.
That's the point of this.
Okay, that makes sense. All right, fine. Let it run. Let it run, and we'll go from there.
And then you wanted the other one, which I never did. Local service ads.
Gotta keep the gas on, baby. You gotta keep the gas on.
I don't know, man. This thing's so slow.
Trick training?
Here we go.
What do you got for the trick training? Anything fun?
Fun?
Alright, my bad, I won't say it again. Is the lobby signed out?
Yeah, it should be. It's been up since last
Did you
week.
make sure it was out when you walked through the door? What do we got?
Definitely looks like it's cranking. Last 7 days.
Yeah. You actually hate that?
I love it.
Monday to Monday? Dude, you good?
You know what? It's a different month. It's hard to see.
I know. Usually just the last 7 days works, but you're good.
There's no last 7 days.
True, true. man.
$300 spent. 12 leads. A lot.
They gotta stop doing that. That's for emergencies only.
That's about the same as the ads.
Can I see our list? I want to see what kind of missed calls we got, so I can get mad.
But that's about, it's in line with the price that's always been. Like the cost is not changing. I go this week. Yeah, see.
Hey, last week.
We're getting charged.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if they go down until you see something that says missed. Maybe it's
Oh,
labeled.
it says missed?
I don't know.
That's everything. I'm assuming.
You sent in an intake form? Well, I actually already created an account and I uploaded all of the stuff and everything.
I don't know why it wouldn't charge us.
That sounds like reasonable. You're just trying to speak.
I'm trying to see if we're missing any calls, and I'm hoping we're not. Is there up the top? Can you change the fields up top at all?
It looks like we're answering.
Yeah, for sure. No, these are all.
This is probably a missed call. Yeah, that's a missed call.
Please press 1 for mobile type roaming.
They call right back though. Voicemail. 2 missed calls. July 2nd, 2:30. It's a Thursday.
I would say maybe a problem depending on. I think the missed calls are potentially going to come from the mobile grooming office.
Okay, that's fine. Oh no, this was for
They called the.
pet groomer. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
But we're not advertising for that anymore. We completely pulled that.
No,
But they're gonna.
You know, it's just
Right.
happens. It looks like they're doing a pretty good job. I'll go one more.
Dang, bro, get ready to go high level. Everyone just calls the phone.
Pooch.com. Fill out a new.
Yeah, but the problem is.
I'm not saying that's the solution.
No, that's fine. That's fine. The problem is you can't put more money into Google Ads. It's kind of like you have a certain amount available, pay enough to meet the threshold, and then that's it. We can push more for Google Ads and cut back Facebook ads.
Someone's not even spending our full budget.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Like
It doesn't matter
you
how
can
much.
use Google Ads.
Right.
But I don't think you're gonna run Facebook ads and get people to just call your phone. I mean, to some extent, yeah, but I don't. I think it'll work. I don't think you'll make enough money to pay for the ads.
And I'm not looking to change anything, but I'm just looking to talk about it. Also, we never consider the cost of, like, there's no training, there's no go high level, there's no extra employee, there's no with Google.
But Google Ads are kind of the same basket.
They're not going to fill out a form, are they?
No, I'm saying like I don't know how much Google Ads is gonna get you actual calls unless you only max towards that.
I feel like in the past, when we've done just Google, we've always
We
just.
can do that.
We've always just
You
done.
can
phone
absolutely
calls.
do that. Like there is, I don't think you're terribly wrong. You want to run like broad-based meta ads, like so start running training again, start running daycare, start running like a bunch of different ads with low budgets. like just trying to like get a little exposure, hoping that it turns to something. You know, not accepting any high CPLs. You know what I mean? Just kind of run it to get us exposure, and then dump a ton of money and maximize Google LSA, and then dump a ton of money into Google ads targeting specifically calls, so that we're not trying to run like an ad, trying to run a sales company. It's kind of fine. I don't think that's crazy.
They've shown us that they pick up the phone. Call right if they're out in front of the desk, they'll call right back. So, oh, fuck, you know, we'll call right back. We don't have to make a decision today. I'm just saying that like it seems like
I think they have jobs, man. Like I think they have jobs. If I was gonna be negative, I think that they definitely lack the ability to like lock in for an hour and just get through the list. Especially when like
I know the whole world is moving towards like texting and booking online and stuff like that. But I still feel like a high intent buyer wants to call.
Want to call, and they want a call.
They won't mind a conversation. They'll call us because they're going to buy. They're not just fishing around.
I don't think you're wrong.
I would find it like if like let's say we were like a high tech company and we're like book everything online before we won't need to talk to you. No, I would feel weird about it as a business owner. I want to talk to the owners. Like if you're gonna drop your dog here for a week, I want to know you a little bit.
No, I don't think it should be text-based. The only point of GoHighLevel is to track the lead and like get a little. The texting is really just like trying to help the ball roll. Like so, when they filled out the lead and then we called them and they didn't answer, and then they get a text the next day like, "Hey man, like you were checking us out. Like you want to talk today?" I do think there is something about prompting people with texts. I've noticed that it's almost 50-50 with the gym. It's like some people will only answer if I call them, but other people will only call if I text them. They're like hiding behind their phone, waiting for me to be like, "Yeah, let's talk," and then. Like, oh, hey, I can talk today, you know?
Right.
They don't want to pick up the phone unless I've texted them first.
Right. Like, I don't have that much experience. Like, I do and I don't. Like, a lot of this shit grew organically. Like, we didn't blow up a company in 3 years. Like, we did 10 years. So, like, doing it the way we did it, first off, it was always people who, like, were ready to buy or, like, oh, too expensive. Then we moved on. And we weren't really in the weeds of trying to sell people. I've never had to sell. And I'm not saying that's...
You're in a different business. Mobile grooming is more like you have to do it. You have to get your dog.
You have to board your dog, too, and you go away. It just depends on which place you're going to.
Not necessarily.
Yeah.
There's other options for having your dog stay.
Most people, I feel like, go to the vet.
Yeah, you can either go to the vet, you can have people come to your house. Like, there's other options. Grooming really is. You just have to get your dog groomed or you don't.
I'm like, how many vacations do people take a year? 2. Maybe. Yeah. Like, you're always getting your dog groomed. You always kind of need one. Also, it's like a problem. It's like a problem if you don't have a mobile dog groomer, unless you can get to a facility. It's a problem if you don't have a groomer. I feel like if you are going on vacation and your dog, like, you just use your vet. It's like not a problem. You're like, oh, I call my vet. They're like, sure, I'll take, right?
I think that's what people do.
Yeah, I don't think it's a problem for them. Like, they're like, sure, not that this isn't a good solution, but I think that if they don't have someone grooming their dog, it's a problem that they get.
But they can also walk into a Petco and get a same-day appointment.
You're not wrong about that. That's a good point. I don't have a dog, so I'm assuming that
It's a problem that arises way more often.
they have issues. Well, yes, it's more often. You're getting your dog groomed every 6 to 8 weeks, hopefully. But I'm assuming that you have issues in person grooming. Like, it's a little more of a hassle to like keep going to Petco every other month. I know my family had trouble with it. Like, people will kind of deal with the vet once a year,
Right.
twice a year, maybe.
Right. It's not a big enough problem for them to really dig into.
Also, I feel like a lot of people with pets go away way less. You just don't hear about it because they're not your customers. What do we want to consider switching up everything? To kind of what I said.
No, I think we should think about it. I think
Okay.
it's something that we don't go, hey, how, like, if it turns into a problem, like, what, between the spend probably won't change much, but, like, between, I think more importantly, like, the labor
Yeah.
and
Behind the spend with the labor, you question yourself of like, what if I could just spend a little more on ad spend, a little less on labor, but they call us.
And they
I get
also-
where your mind's at.
and they also, it's like offloading a job.
Yeah.
You're bringing a job in, they have to train people on and keep up with. There's maintenance to the
Yeah.
program.
I don't know how big we're gonna get with this if you're gonna do multiple buildings, but there is. I don't love this idea, but there is always that remote booking. You offload it to like a virtual assistant where they call 100 times a day.
I got you.
You know the deal. They sound like they're not from here.
And also, another thing is, with talking about the labor, like, basically it's, hey, don't, like, it's one thing there. With GoHighLevel, I understand you're saying it's one thing, but also it's like 10 different things.
I know.
With the phone call, it's like, hey, we missed calls today, or we did it. We took their information after you made a call, or you did it. But I'm not saying change anything. It's just something we should keep an eye on.